Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video over here, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons from my point of view why you shouldn't buy the used tires and why I would advise you that you go get the new tires. And let's get into the first one right now. So every time that I buy the used tires and I test them for you guys for their durability and performance, one thing that I find very in common and that you're not going to be able to test out when you're buying the tire is that once you mount it, and whether it's a foldable or a clincher with the wire, you're not going to be able to test out that integrity of that tire until you take a pump. So there's a pump here that you pump the tire on your valve, and then you really see if this tire is going to withstand that 100 psi. If you read over here, usually for this one, they tell you to pump 100 to 120 psi for the road performance tire. Now, what I mean by that, the tire, usually when I put them on a rim and I try to inflate them, you see there is a wire here. There's a wire. What ends up happening is I pump the tire with my pump to 100 psi, the rubber and a wire. So the rubber that's here and this wire here that you see, they want to separate. So you kind of pretty much you get scammed, if you know what I mean. So that's the first thing. Now, if you do end up buying the one that's foldable, in particular case, this one is the one that comes with the wire. So there's a wire here holding the tire. But if you get the one that's like foldable, if you know what I mean, when I put them on and when I try to put the pressure up to 100 psi, I can see that the structure of the tire was compromised. What I mean by that, the tire simply doesn't want to sit down over here, like doesn't want to sit properly on the rim, and it wants to pop. Basically, it's a huge safety issue, and that's the problem with the foldable. And again, with the wire tire, you're very close to that breaking point that the rubber wants to separate. Okay, let's get into the point number 2. Now, over there, for example, this tire was about 22 Canadian, which is about 19 American. And if you're looking down, and usually what they would do, they would ask you, okay, I'm going to ask $10, let's say $10 for this tire. So 50% off. However, if you really go down and research, and mess with you touch it, what really ends up happening, they actually used 70 to 80% of their tire. So you're not really getting, you're not really saving anything, You're kind of paying, actually, you're paying for 50%, but you only have 20%, So I buy a lot of these tires and that I test them out for you guys and that I test the new ones, that's the problem that I run into. The guy will say, okay, it's 50% off for 50% of the tire, but guess what? You get scammed pretty much. Now, another one for you guys that right down in the warmer parts of the States or Southern Eastern Asia, believe it or not, the tread, again, this is kind of related to point number 2, the tread on these tires used will wear down a lot quicker because you have a heat. It's quite warm down there, and that's the pressure. That's the thing that you're never going to be able to tell. Even me as an expert, as a pretty experienced guy testing the cycling equipment, you're never going to be really able to tell if they're selling at 50% cheaper, if you're getting that 50%, because in the warmer climate, the heat will wear down tires a lot. So what ends up happening, you're just around the corner from buying the brand new set, which kind of doesn't make sense. Just get the brand new set from the get-go. And that's the problem that I have experienced with buying the older tires, used tires. It never really works out the way you intended, So if you found this any value, give it a like, a thumbs up, and hopefully you get something out of this video. Take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.